Alright, everybody, welcome back to Draki Cup. Anomaly Cup #1. This is gonna be between Wavy Watson and Rendered Spy. And look, once again, it's Rendered Spy who has this going on. Ah, that's so weird. Anyway, I don't know why. This happened in the last series we casted him, but in Game 1 his name was replaced with Conef! You know, and then in Game 2 it went back to Rendered Spy. I don't know. But who can say? Who can say? It's gonna be Conef versus, what is this, Somon? The Anomaly Cup. Yes. The Jaramillo Cup. And Wavy Watson, I thought, played much better than I had seen him previously in other tournaments in the last series that we watched of him. It's quite unfortunate his base runner derping there. It's gonna figure itself out eventually. No longer Return of the Invalids, but now Conef! Yes. Yes. It's even in all caps, you know, something looks very funny about it. But yeah, you know, suffice to say, I've been quite impressed with the way that Wavy Watson's been playing. Not the same player we saw, I don't think, in JC18. So let's see what he's up to this game. Looks like Rendered Spy is not going to open the wreck using his missile there. Of course, he can do that, but it does cost you a little bit of carrier health because you're gonna have to have the carrier fever going. Oh, watch out! Ow! Gotta be careful with those forklifts, man. Yeah, I'll see how this goes. You know, I might actually, as Conef, just completely forego the LDMs until I get ref mode started because you have such a slow speed with that mobility system turned off. Oh, can you really? That's remarkable. Oh, look, he's fixed his idols. But anyway, I mean, long distance mining is just really inefficient with the slow speed that you get. But he's gonna go for Systems 1. He's got 2 base runners out here to grab the artifacts, or sorry, with ref mode, and he's not gonna go for Systems 1. And I would say that against Soban, this is quite a lot safer than, like, say, Galzian. I think if you do this against Galzian, like, your opponent could show up right in the early game and just blow you to pieces. But the other thing you gotta watch out for is that if you're up against Soban and you're completely blind, there is a chance that they snake a base runner through. Because, like, look at his vision, right? I mean, it's not exactly watertight, is it? If they sneak a base runner through and then land a TJ on top of your salvagers when they're not moving, there's really no escape for them and they'll die. So, you know, you want to be careful that way. Yeah, I agree with just carrier here. Certainly, like, early game, the Conef carrier is fairly weak. Although it has the defensive capability that it does in vanilla, where, you know, you turn on the weapons and you get range for free, right? But, I mean, even more so than, like, the Galzian carrier, which, of course, is losing health if it doesn't have the mobility system on. You're always losing a lot if you don't have some of these crucial systems powered up. Excuse me. But when you get to, oh gosh, the hiccups. But when you get to, like, the late game, not only you have the missiles, which are really powerful, but also the weapons are going to be extremely powerful because they're firing, like, Conef Siege Cruiser weapons, basically. And on top of that, you have speed and healing, you know, it's basically like the Galzian carrier on steroids. So, definitely becomes very strong in the late game. Oh yeah, he doesn't get the carrier cruise missile. I didn't notice that actually. But I must commend Rendered Spy for getting the 2 artifacts out. That's very important as Conef. He's actually got an assault railgun, which is interesting. And he's picked up another one. I don't think he'll be able to extract that yet, but always nice to have it in the inventory, I suppose. Production cruiser's moving forward. I think that's gotta be a misclick. Yep, looks like it. He's gonna back up. The only thing I worry about, though, is that assault railguns have a very, very low damage output in this patch. Really, their thing is that they can harass you from very long range, and you can't really do anything about it. So, you know, it can be a little bit difficult for him to defend if those LAVs choose to dive, and of course Sandskimmers aren't going to help you either. But it looks like Wavy Watson doesn't realize that he's got a window to jump in there, so he's just going to play it safe. You know, there was once a terrible time when this smoke wall ability actually had a low enough cooldown that you could always have the base runner smoked, which is ridiculous. Those days are past, of course. Blast drones would help her. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Give you a little bit more... Like, something to zone off the LAVs, right? To say, okay, you know where my assault railguns are, you want to just jump up and hit them, but... If you just drive right into me, I'll blast drone you. You know? That could be nice. In any case, Sandskimmers are not going to do that, right? These are basically useless in this fight. Oh, and we have missile batteries coming out already. I mean, that just puts an end to these guys' life. Smoke wall going to be used. And you can see, like, the assault railguns will kill the LAVs eventually, but man, if it doesn't take a while, you know, I think one of them died there. So, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think that Rendered Spy is going to actually get this out. I think that the LAVs are going to stop him. We'll have to see how it turns out, of course, but, like, they can basically pretty safely ignore the assault railguns and just say, no, I'm not going to let you extract, and you have to just accept it. Yes, heavy railguns would be good, but I just heard him build one. It's pretty far away, though. It'll take a while to get there. And once again, the Sandskimmer is going to try to contribute, but they can't do anything, so it's always a mistake to build Sandskimmers against, like, against enemy mid-tier units. It's always a mistake. Oh, but he's going to let him extract. Look at this. I mean, I think if he dove in right now, he could kill all the assault railguns, too. But he could at least stop the base runner from extracting, but he's going to let it go through. So, it's an interesting choice, but there it is. And this base runner, no fear, man. Look, he's just driving straight up. He's like, yeah, I'm fine. Well, I would turn on boost. I would jump up onto the ARs and just kill them all here. Yep, just like that. Your opponent's offering himself to you on a silver platter. It would be rude to reject. And these are not, like, the most expensive units, but they aren't exactly super cheap either. Well, don't let him get away now. Oh... Look, 4 LAVs will beat 3 assault railguns in this patch, like, every time. So, I think you really want to just jump up and capitalize on that. And here we've got heavy rails versus missile batteries. This will be an interesting fight as well. The dirt thrower is not really going to do much damage, but it will blind them. You see them missing all of their shots now. That's how it does. But these are both pretty tanky units here, so... Looks like the heavy railguns are going to win this one, and of course the assaults are contributing also. Could have used the other dirt throwers, though. That would certainly have helped him a bit. Yeah, well, I mean, it probably is going to extract, isn't it? Also, this assault railgun's already reached VET 5. Oh, well, no wonder. Look how quickly they reach VET 5. They only need, like, 700 XP, I guess. If you didn't know, you can't move anymore when you have VET 5 unless you've got Dart Maneuver, so... It can be a benefit or a negative. Because you end up being able to go super fast just darting all around the map. I believe that it causes the Dart Maneuver cooldown to... basically drop to 0, but at the same time you need it in order to move. Like, you can see him desperately trying to micro this one guy, like, come on, move where I'm telling you. No, he can't. The drive-in missile ships are closer for every tick of power. Yes, it's true. The missile ship slinging. But this base runner is not going to escape, and smoke won't help you. Well, oh, maybe it'll escape, but it won't extract. And smoke won't help you either here because missile batteries do not require line of sight to operate. I see! 3 seconds cooldown, 3 seconds duration, so yeah, it basically is permanent, huh? Not to mention what it'll look like with mobility support. Ugh. But we never see people get Dart Maneuver. It's very sad, you know? Look at the description here. Unlocks an ability that when activated, and blah blah blah. Yeet the railgun! But yeah, we very rarely see people get it, which is quite sad. Especially because, you know, it's not that uncommon to see assault railguns reach Vet 5, and then they just can't move anymore, and nobody ever gets it. It's really sad. But he does at least have range calibration, so that makes me happy. A little bit of object terminance would go a long way here, I think. He's gonna run right into the missile ships again. And assault railguns driving out into the midfield is always a mistake, I tell you, because they don't do any damage. Like, the only way you can really use this thing is to utilize the range advantage that they have. And so if you drive them up like that, it's not going to work. Of course, wouldn't really save them anyway against gunships, but still, they shouldn't have been out there in the first place. They should have been back home. And of course the missile ships are just having their way with the base runners too. You can see smoke there, but again, it doesn't do anything. Missile ships, missile batteries, get that right eventually. Do not rely on line of sight to do their damage. And the Sandsiegers too, like look here, they're trying to fight the LAVs, but you can't, right? They don't fight LAVs, so... He's really using all of his units, I think, unfortunately, in exactly the wrong way right now. Probably gonna lose a PC too. Although it... Oh, it's out of vision, so I think it's actually gonna be fine. The gunships have to run away as well. Yeah, it's really interesting with the gunships, that limitation that they can't do anything if they don't have vision. It's gonna keep this production cruiser alive just barely. But we did see beforehand that, like, this is a fight that Rendered Spy is going to win, right? Not to mention the carrier is actually going to get involved too. And if he would have powered up some of this other stuff here, then that would have been really nice also, but looks like he did not. And I saw an EMP go off over there, it looks like, just to catch these LAVs, and that's fair. This is where Sandskimmers can do their job, right? You stun units and then they can't move. Oh, but the peanut light bombers are here, and it's gonna be a massacre! Oh, and those are so expensive, too. Fortunately, the Strike Fighter derped out at the last minute there and failed to kill one of them, but that's gonna hurt. In fact, I wonder what the units lost tab looks like here. I bet you before that happened, he was up by, like, a pretty significant margin, and now it's basically even. Although losing these Sandskimmers is not gonna help either. And now you'd say that Rendered Spy is even behind here. Really great air reveal all around, I'd say, by Wavy Watson. And how much power indeed. He's got systems too in the 3 artifacts, so I mean, I feel like it looks like it's more than it is. Hey, he's getting Dart Maneuver! And it's gonna be assault cruisers, by the way, for Wavy Watson. I'm actually not sure about this. I don't think that they really interface very well with the heavy railguns, because you're sort of gonna always have to dodge away from them. But you're also not really going to be able to assault the carrier position, I don't think. And it's kind of siege for Rendered Spy. This assault railgun here being offered as a sacrifice for our sins. Very good. Wait, what? It doesn't? What do you mean? I don't think one missile ship is really enough here, do you? Which unit is the most Jesus type? Now that's an excellent question. That's an excellent question. The Galzian carriers say, what's the reasoning? Because I must say, I don't know quite how to answer. Which unit has died for our sins? Assault railguns, don't be here. They should be over here instead. Oh no. See what I mean? Like their damage output is just pants. Ow! Ow! And these missile batteries are just gonna chew up everything right here now. I like the shotgun though, right? Because that's not affected by the dirt throwers. Oh dearie me, though, that was a very, very bad fight by Rendered Spike. Oh gosh, I'm hiccuping a lot now, but that's okay. Combat support mode would have been better for this production cruiser as well, mind you. Well, yeah, but you might as well, right? I mean, why not? Oh, look at that. I think we found something that assault railguns are actually quite happy to shoot at. Well, but it's not exactly working as a refinery right now, is it? You might as well. I don't see any reason not to. Kind of like leaving power unallocated in this carrier, you know? Why not? Why not just power this up? Not to mention, I should really point out, part of the auto-fire for the Conf carrier comes from this system too, so it's really good to have the power in it, just sort of hanging around, because it's very long range, that artillery mode. Yeah, never. I would expect such things from lesser players, but never from you, Houston. This has me a bit worried, though. The assault cruiser flank could be quite devastating. And I hope that's not a bomber. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, it didn't kill any of them. Okay, that's quite a stroke of luck there for Rendered Spy. I mean, you can imagine, like, if all those railguns die, that's not good. That's not good at all. Those things are so expensive. But even so, like, look how low they are. If he takes the fight right now, he's gonna be quite sad. I think he wants to do the yoinky sploinky with the missile ship here, which he should do right now before it dies. Hello, hello. Oh no! Like maybe there he kills all these missile batteries, but he just wouldn't use it. And the ACs push the guys off the base, but I think they're actually sort of failing to get anything done here, which is surprising. I didn't expect to see this. Oh, and now all these missile batteries, though. I mean, these railguns so weakened from that bomber strike are just gonna get absolutely murdered here. He's trying to fight it, but trying is the first step toward failure. Actually, didn't have range calibration turned on either, nor did he use the shotgun. And that TAC bomber's still hanging around, but this is gonna be a bit of a wasted bomb, I think, because... yeah, I mean... you do some damage, but if you're not capitalizing, you know, Gaussian units do auto-heal, so you're gonna be a little bit enttäuscht there. Yeah, no, I mean, I think it was well-timed as well, right? He gets the bomber strike on the railguns, the ACs drive up, the missile batteries drive up, but somehow it just didn't work. I'm actually a little bit surprised. And again, assault railguns getting, I think, much too close to their opponent. They really ought to do better to just stay away there. I appreciate this though. He's denying the extraction, which is important. Number on top getting a little high, you know. Oh, and look, he could absolutely power up mobility support here too, right? Because he's got the frontline PC and everything. I mean, why not? This would absolutely be good. Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, they didn't... They should have jumped, like, right after the bomber struck, I think. Although, then again, they also should have been stunned by that missile battery, and that could have made things kind of devastatingly bad. Uh-oh! Siege Cruiser hung around for far too long here. The bomber is a little bit wasted. Yeah, assault railguns don't cost very much population space. I agree, yeah, honor guards, that would be great here, wouldn't it? Because he's clearly having quite a time of it trying to get these missile batteries to work doing the anti-air roll. The honor honor guards, you know, just leave him in the back line. It's almost too easy. We are starting to see some carrier power for this Saban carrier as well. Now, Saban in particular, I need to point out, it's very, very bad to leave your power unallocated because getting the upgrades actually reduces the carrier hold. So, you really want to leave that in armor, just as a good habit to get into, right? If you don't have anything else to put it in, just put it in armor because you never know when you're going to need it. I'll just put it that way. Always forklift. That is true. Uh-oh, here come the bombers. This time there's more than one. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's not great, is it? We did have more power and mobility support, which allowed these guys to dodge a little bit more effectively, but that is a massive amount of money to lose right there. And you're right, he doesn't have radar-guided missiles even. Oh, wait, no, he does, he does. He doesn't have the direct fire barrage. But yeah, I mean, honor guards would undoubtedly do this job better. He's gonna get 2 extractions out though, and that's not nothing. You know, it's not nothing. That's really what I mean to say. Well, will he get this one out? It's gonna be a little tight. Because obviously the gunship is gonna die. Yeah, okay. We'll get them both out. And that's really important for him as well. This is actually a case for full mobility support. I mean, he can just power it all up here. And he's got range calibration turned on, but there's the dirt thrower. I'm not sure why he's still moving forward, mind you. He actually can't see anything right now, so... But he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. These railguns are making a bit of a resurgence. He's got a lot of artifacts. You know, this is not as dire as it looks, but still, no answer to the Air Force at all. And again, it's gonna strike here, and this is gonna be so many dead railguns. Oh, like, as a Galzian main in Jiraki, like, it hurts my soul to see this, because losing that many railguns is losing the game in Jiraki. Like, you just don't come back from that. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, look at that! Okay, don't lose the gunship to the missile ship, though. You really needn't lose that. Oh dear, it's a bit of a waste of bomber strike there, isn't it? This guy's still got his bomb, I think. That one's better. Oh boy, get out of there, gunship, run! Ooh. But yeah, no, this is a terrifying Air Force right here, and Rendered Spy's got to do something about it, and I really think Honor Guards is the play. I also think it would be really better to power up that mobility support all the way, and I might actually not even retire these salvagers here, because in this case you're probably going to lose them, right? You're going to lose some salves on the other bases, so you sort of need to have those guys in reserve. I think that would be better. But I will say, there's still definitely a win condition here for Rendered Spy, and that win condition is the timer. He's at 5 out of 9. I don't think he's going to reach 9 out of 9, but his opponent's at 0, and so the chances of his opponent evening up the scoreline in the next 6.5 minutes is going to be very low. And so if he can, like, muscle his carrier around here and just keep the game going and not die, I think he might actually have a chance of winning here after all. Range calibration, by the way. Definitely wants to turn that on here. Oh, dear me. Not to be, I suppose. You can tell he also wanted to use the, whatchamacallits, the det packs there, but he's not got any money. Okay, but now we see that artillery barrage coming up from the Kharak carrier here. And that's doing him mighty fine. See how much damage that does. I mean, it's really a menace. You can't be too brazen with this carrier because, of course, there are some credible threats on the field to it, but But he needs to, you know, he needs to play boldly enough because he needs to stop his opponent from. Oh wow, that was a really nice. He needs to stop his opponent from getting him off of his bases. I think that's the key here. And if you're Wavy Watson, like your win condition is this carrier, so it's nice to see it in the front line getting damaged. But if it's taking good trades like that, maybe it's not so nice, you know. Carry Systems 4 is teching now. You'll love to see it. There's 5 minutes left on the clock. This run here is gonna hurt quite a bit. Ow! Okay. That's gonna force Rendered Spy to back up a little. But see, I almost think he's okay with that because it's not hitting the bases, right? It's not hitting the army. So if you don't lose the carrier all the way, you kind of didn't lose anything in a sense. Well, we'll see if that rings true. I mean, it's all based on whether or not he gets killed after this. And the hero gunship. Oh. Oh, the hero gunship goes down. That's very sad. Shotgun. Skip-douche. That's the one carrier actually kind of getting hurt by the assault railguns too, mind you. Totally what you expect to see, but it'll happen because he doesn't have any armor powered up, and he resigns. He just resigned. Well, that's kind of a pity. I wanted to see how this one goes, because it wasn't clearly over yet. I mean, yeah, the artifacts are a huge problem, right? But I think Wavy Watson still had some chances there. Although, to be fair, like, even being next to the carrier and all, I think this guy was gonna get out. But yeah, Rendered Spy, I think Wavy Watson just let him get far too many artifacts out in the early game, and that carrier became so powerful that even with some really terrible losses to the Air Force, Rendered Spy was just able to snake out a victory here. Yes, it's true. I mean, Mark Target will make this carrier, like, 1/10 as threatening. But yeah, let's jump into game 2. Hey, you can't send me this. I sent it to the Wolfire Discord, okay? This is my meme. My resolution? Bomb them! Bomb them some more! Bomb them again! But it didn't work. Look, he got out. And Rendered Spy takes game 1. Let's jump into game 2 here. This is going to be on... and look, once again, his name changes from Conf to Rendered Spy. Who can explain? But we're going to be on Kalash Teeth here. And I reckon that this one was... No. This has to be Wavy Watson's pick, right? Because it's the second map. They didn't put an info document, so it's a little hard to know for sure. But I'd say that's a mistake. This is another very, very good map for Conf. And I think the reason should be fairly obvious, right? You can use that cruise missile over the walls. Really, really hard to do anything about that. It's hard to answer back to the Conf carrier. And normally we'd say because Conf Siege is really good too, but I mean it's a little different in Anomaly, obviously. Yeah, I agree with just carrier there. Because the bomber does a huge amount of alpha damage, but it's not really... I mean, then it has to go back to base, right? It doesn't actually have like a giant amount of damage stored inside of it. It uses it in one pop. So, what are the artifacts? They're like ancient technology from various spacefaring races that have been trapped on Kharak. Technology, not the races. This one's like completely covered in sand. That's pretty weird. Yeah, I don't know why the pedestals look like this, but, you know. It's just tight hand porn. Yeah. I'll try and zoom in on them when it spawns. I think you can actually see these doors open and everything, but... Oh, look at this! Rendered Spy knows what won in the last game. He's like, let's just do it again. He's actually built 3 base runners this time. Well, he's built 2, I suppose, but... One of them, of course, starts in the early game. I guess, you know, it's not uncommon to see people retire a base runner in Draki patch, but you probably just shouldn't do it against Conf. I think that there's actually quite a lot of threat to your opponent if you leave that base runner out, and you're then able to maybe stop him from getting one of these, because we can see how much of a difference it makes for Conf to get those artifacts in the early game. Oh, the doors don't open at all, it just sort of appears there. Oh, that's a little bit late. And here comes some LAVs, but I don't think that'll really be very effective against the base runners. If they ever get low enough, they'll just pop the smoke and then have their buddies deal with it instead. So this should be 3 extractions for Rendered Spy right off the bat. I think that smoke's a little early. Because the key with the smoke... Oh, no, just go to the extraction zone! No, where are you going? No! Oh, look, you're getting away from your buddy. Oh. Everything's fine, everything's fine. And why are you stopped? Get going! Get going, you bozo! Come on, go! Go! Oh dear, Rendered Spy, like, look, instead of this distance, he could have gone this distance, like maybe even extracts there. Oh, good grief, what is he doing? Okay, but this base runner is finally getting moving. Good timing on the smoke there. That's what he should have been doing from the beginning. Well, and then you actually just want to leave this guy, because if he targets him instead of this one, you're gonna get the extract out. No, bring him back, bring him back! No, it's fine. Okay, it's gonna be fine because he has the smoke here, I guess, but... Ooh. Okay, all's well that ends well, that's what I say. He's got Systems 2 teching as well with the Soul Chip Fab. Oh, he's gonna cancel that actually, just for the second PC, but... I might have left it going because actually you can get Power 3 and Mobility there. But in any case, despite some fumbles there, I think this is a fine, opening for Rendered Spy. And Armored Defenses 1 is already coming out, that's good. Armored ships can really be pretty paper thin in this patch if you're not getting those armor upgrades. They should beat LAVs, I think. The more I've seen it, the more it seems like the assault ships are generally winning that matchup, if they're upgraded. But if they're not, it's completely different. Yeah, he was here earlier. Armor 2's coming out as well. And it's going to be missile batteries once again for Wavy Watson. A choice that I appreciate. I think missile batteries really do kind of put the foot down on these assault ships here. Kind of the same way that assault cruisers were, though. These guys are faster than the missile ships, though. So, like, if they can stay away from them, they can still find value elsewhere. Very, very good rating unit. Hello, Cable. Hi. Boom! Headshot! Yeah, if you haven't seen that video he's linking, just make sure you watch it. The whole thing. It's really good. Space Artist made that. Sneaky blast drone, you like to see it. But again, you never want to run away from your help, right? So now he's figured that out and he's turned around, but I think it's a little bit too late. Yeah, if you're gonna die, like, you need to run toward the guy who's gonna help you survive, not away from him. Oh, he got hit by a jetpack. But yeah, look at that. The Armor 3 assault ships just chew through these guys, like... like nothing, right? And they had damage too, mind you. So now he's going to transition completely away from it, which I think is a good call here. Well, no, he's actually building more of them. I wouldn't. I would just go with the missile batteries. I think you often fall into a pitfall where you're like, you know, look, I got armor or damage 2 already. I just need to keep building these things because I've already invested into them. It's the sunk cost fallacy, you know. I think in this case, just transitioning fully to these missile batteries is going to be better because you're not going to fight the assault ships with them anymore. Ooh, nice TJ. Yeah, Wavy Watson's gonna need to land like a really nice deck pack or something, I reckon. Although, I mean, if his opponent keeps running through the TJ, maybe he's a little better. But, you know, these guys will heal up really fast too. This is another thing that makes them very, very strong raiding units. If I'm not mistaken, they have the same healing rate as they did in Draki, but of course in that patch they have like 2,000 HP, so you can imagine it usually takes them a lot longer to heal up to full strength, but in Anomaly they're very fast that way. Is one LAV actually going to stop the healing there? Very nice. Oh my gosh, that's not nearly as much as I thought it was. 2,000 is vanilla. Yeah, I guess that's probably true. I don't know the numbers, okay, but I know the details in any case, right? Like, or the general details. They're more tanky. They're less damage. But yeah, this is gonna kill all of the salvagers here. And I mean, I would actually stop him exploding now because you could heal him back up, right? Oh dear, and the missile ship dies to the assault ships too. That also really shouldn't happen, but if it's like 1 on, what is it, 7, right? You can see it. But he might be emboldened to think he can take this fight, which I really don't believe that he can. Oh, that being said, assault ship DPS is really high, isn't it? Oh, and he only has armor 1 as well, so actually this is not going to go so well for him. Uh-oh. Yikes. Yeah, missile ships should win this fight, but if you're outnumbered so much and you don't have the upgrades, it's going to be difficult. And again, like, look, the base fight is still extracting, right? We're going to be on 4 artifacts in a moment here. This is bad, you know? This is very much like the win condition that Rendered Spy is imagining for himself. It's all coming together, as Kronk says. And this time he has honor guards. Let's go. This is definitely the unit that I think he needed last game. Just firing at a probe for now, mind you. But if there's ever going to be an air transition, it's really hard to fight honor guards. You know, they can just blow you up from across the entire map. It's not even fair, man. 1 game late. Yeah, you know. But I mean, hey, it doesn't matter, right? It's the like prophylactic honor guards, right? It's preemptive, is all. It's quite sad. Very high veterancy. Assault ship goes down there. Yeah, these things do just look ridiculously scary, don't they? Giant freaking railgun. They very much remind me of Titan ion cannon frigates, you know? It's an interesting parallel there, isn't it? And look, Rendered Spy doing a great job of pulling the wounded guys out there, too. I don't think he's going to lose anyone here either. This guy freaking went to space. Ah! Oh, don't even say that, Cable. I know what you're getting at. You're wrong. I will never understand why in Remastered they chose to replace Karen's voice for the Titan with, like, literal Satan.
Construction options available. Flagship.
I mean, who can explain? Satan can be sexy, okay? You're gonna be having a fun time in hell, huh? Oh, so here's what I was talking about leaving your power unallocated. Always a good idea to just leave it in armor as still on there. Took a little bit of damage from the assault railguns. I mean, you have 3 armor, it's like reducing their damage by 1/3. It's crazy. So you always want to do that. Yeah, getting kind of high. 5 out of 9 already. And again, like, even if it's not an artifact victory, we saw last game just how difficult it can be to resist when your opponent has got that many artifacts. Carrier power is a big deal in this patch. Oh, that's true. I'll do the seedings after we finish casting today then. And in that case, I suppose I ought to just cast until we finish it all. I might have to get a drink of water in the meantime, but that's fine. Yeah. One of these days, Master Chief, one of these days, I swear. I really am working on it, I'm just terribly slow. You've become acquainted with the world of Bozo never doing things on time. Wasser trinken. Jawohl. You have a stats exam. Oh. Good stuff, statistics. I'm sure you've heard me say this 8 times already. And these assault guns are they just won't chill. We'll see, eh? We'll see. I like this idea of the flank, though. Look, it's only assault railguns here. Again, they don't do anything. Oh. Yeah, every time you mention it, it gets slowed down by another month. See, Houston knows how things work in Bozoland. Okay, here comes the fight, finally. Oh, well, it's just Sanseed just getting murdered. But, like, yeah, this base is not defended. Assault railguns are not that kind of unit. Trust me, you're not that guy. You're not that guy. And if I were a rendered spy here, a Wavy Watson here, I'd be feeling pretty discouraged. This is not good. Not good at all. This is kind of the only thing you got going for you here. Oh no! Don't run away! You win this fight! No, get back in there! Go! Go! Ah! Whatever. 6 out of 9. Look, come on, just get in there and finish him, please. Look, Render Spy's even coming closer to him, like, yes, let me kill you. Or let you kill me. Ah, good grief. Well, Wavy Watson has Assault Cruiser Fab, and it looks like that's going to be what he tries to use to claw this back. And to be fair, it'll be pretty good, I think, against assault ships, but when there's this many of them, that DPS is hard to underestimate. Oh, well, he's exploded, so it doesn't matter. In any case, it would have been a pretty tall ask to try to get back into this one, so... I think last game he probably surrendered a bit early, but this time I definitely don't blame him. Whoops, I turned the health bars off. And it's going to be Rendered Spy with the 2-0, so a really nice win for him there. Game 1 looked pretty darn sketchy, but you can see the power of just getting those artifacts out ended up being supreme. Oh, and I think I'm going to go get some water, but after that, we shall continue with the next one. Thanks for watching.